Yo, what's up, guys? How are you today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you are actually doing good. Hope you're having a nice day. This is your boy Ripcord Hype is back. So today we're gonna be talking about, or I'm gonna talk about my personal opinion about why Devil May Cry 3 is one of the best Devil May Cry games that I've ever seen or played as well. And also, I'm gonna also rank the best Devil May Cry games that I personally think from worst to bad. Now, wow, we have we have a shirtless doctor with a pizza, which a lot of people are crushing on him. So, with that being said, like Devil May Cry has been one of the most popular series ever to exist. So, and also we had a lot of games. We had Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 2, Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 4, Devil May Cry 5, which is the latest. Well, we're also hopeful we're gonna get Devil May Cry 6. With that being said, sadly, not all Devil May Cry games are considered, or at least for me, are not whether it's the best or not the best. It's actually between if they're good or bad. And some of them, they actually blew my mind. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, the first thing I personally saw when I already played Devil May Cry, right? So Devil May Cry, if you've played in the story order, it starts from Devil May Cry 3, it goes to Devil May Cry 1, 2, 4, and 5. What a lot of people actually do that, some people start from the release order, right? And I think it's better to do personally from the story order for those who are asking. So let's just go with this. So with that being said, what is the worst Devil May Cry from worst to best that I think? Devil May Cry 2. There's no doubt that this game is basically, and some people consider, like ironically, some people consider Devil May Cry 1 being the worst. Like I would say the reason why I think Devil May Cry 2 is the worst because of Dante's let's just say of how he acts of and that's not say like how he acts in the game in terms of his character personality. It's because of controls bosses, and to be fair, like a lot of the story, I don't know if this considered like there's a real story in Devil May Cry 2 if I'm being honest. A lot of things did not make sense, except there's some few good dialogues and stuff. I would say this: the best thing that Devil May Cry 2 did, or the one of the best things that they gave us into the series, considered, oh, let's just say to the game that's considered the worst in the series, is badass dashing Dante. He looks so good, too good to be like his this version of Dante looks too good for this game, to be fair. So at the same time, like I hope they do a remaster. A matter of fact, I don't want them to do a remaster. I hope we get a remake for this game. If we are getting a remake for the older Devil May Cry like 1 and 2, and I don't mind seeing 3 and 4 personally, there could be a lot of potential. Maybe this is gonna change fans' perspective of Devil May Cry 2 being the worst if we get a remake, and hopefully it's gonna shine. I guess the showcase that it desperately needs and deserves. All right, with that being said, then I would go with, you might have guessed it, Devil May Cry 1. I feel Devil May Cry 1 had, from what I've seen and played, had a lot of potential, but sadly it failed. Like it's like one of these games. It's one of these games that, or like let's just say like TV shows or movies that had a lot of expectations, right? But sadly, ultimately, you remember it being more negative than being positive. Like the fighting mechanics were good. I like some of the fighting mechanics, some of the weapons. There were a lot of good things I hated, like the voice acting. See, the voice acting for me compared to Devil May Cry 3, 4, 5, even 2. I mean, it wasn't the best. Oh, okay, maybe won't say I hated it, but I disliked a lot of things about it. Like it wasn't supposed to be like that. It's not like, see, Devil May Cry 1, other than it has another issue with the worst camera angle, and I can say Devil May Cry 2 has a bit better, but Devil May Cry 1 or DMC 1 has like the one of the worst camera angles. And as I was saying, the voice acting did not feel like a Devil May Cry game, personally, in my opinion. That's one thing. And like there were some parts where they're supposed to scream, they yawned. I think sometimes yawning is funny. Depends on the situation, but if you overdo the scenes like with having, for example, Dante yawn a lot, and not having like some scene where he is supposed to scream, yell, he doesn't, or let's just say even they overdo it, or like let's just say they don't scream. They just don't scream at all when they're supposed to feel that intensity, to show you a great voice acting, right? They end up just yawning. I feel like that was the worst thing they did, per se, in my opinion, right? And that was bad. The story was compared to Devil May Cry 2, the story was a bit better, but then again, it's not any good. The boss battle can be interesting, but the first boss battle is a monk, a Vagvar face. So I don't think that demonstrates that people who like the originals better, they insulted the originals. And the Devil Trigger, which is supposed to be one of the most important factors, important gameplay mechanics, which is a factor, I mean, and felt like completely useless. Like, dude, the characters, well, I mean, we had Trish, I guess, if I remember correctly, right? We had some characters, but compared to Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 4, Devil May Cry 5, meh. Sorry. Have to say that. And just like as much as Devil May Cry 2, Devil May Cry 1 desperately needs a remake. Not even a remaster, in my opinion. All right, so we took the two worst games here, right? Then we gotta go with Devil May Cry 4, right? So Devil May Cry 4 was one of See, Devil May Cry was a 4 was a great game. It wasn't the best in the series, but definitely great, better than Devil May Cry 1 and 2 or DMC, right? It was sadly felt a bit rushed or a little rushed because some stuff they could have just taken them time to make it better for a lot of Devil May Cry fans. But it's still a kick-ass and very much enjoyable. I also love the soundtrack. Dude, the soundtrack, the music in Devil May Cry series as a whole, chef kiss. In 4 wasn't any less. The bosses were 10 times better than Devil May Cry 1, better than Devil May Cry 2. And let's just say, not the greatest, but they were at least interesting and good enough. I love the idea of the Proud Soul system, not grinding them, but only the system that refunded your character changes, right? The story was good. The final boss was challenging enough, and you can feel like a real Devil May Cry, right? The fact that you can feel what it feels like to be a lesser demon fighting Dante is a good thing. Like first time we found Dante, guys, that was crazy. Like you are like a human and demon, right? But you've been a lesser one, and then you want to prove that we played as Nero. Nero was amazing. Kyria was amazing. Though I feel like she was way more to Decimal in distress, but I still loved Kyrie. So I feel like she could have done more, become a bit. That's just she was supposed to be badass, but a bit more like how Lady was. But I still love Kyrie, right? So it was peak. All right, so after that, I would say Devil May Cry 5. So absolutely, Devil May Cry 5 is the latest and the most modern one. It was an awesome game to end Journey of the Sons of Sparta. Very 10 out of 10 soundtracks, except one I think I did not like that much. It was an awesome throwback to the previous DMC games when they added enemies from the previous game, best mechanic. And fighting in the entire series is Devil May Cry 5. You want the greatest gameplay in Devil May Cry history? Go with Devil May Cry 5. And the brilliant final boss fight was with Virgil. It was chef kiss 10 out of 10, no glaze. And the game's overall is amazing. I love the fact they took some ideas from the reboot and they actually like made them even more, let's just say, more unique. Like Virgil using the double Gengar. The feature changed this game entirely, right? And the characters like V, I like V, his story arc, Virgil, Nero. And yeah, I like Nero to look better in Devil May Cry 4, but he still looked good. And then we had Lady and Trish again in Devil May Cry 5. Oh wait, which was Lady, I guess. But yeah, I love Lady a lot. So that was so good. That was so good. But speaking of Lady, the best looking lady was Devil May Cry 4. Did you see? Oh my god. The Glow and Mary's lady from Devil May Cry 4. Best outfit she had is Devil May Cry 4, but she was amazing. So, what is the best Devil May Cry? Well, that's my title. That's my YouTube title. That's my YouTube video title for Devil May Cry Fest. Devil May Cry 3, brilliant game and a sequel that actually redefined the entire franchise. right? From having a good characters to good voice acting to good gameplay. Well, it's a bit outdated if you compare it to Devil May Cry 5, similar to 4, but 10 times better than 1 and 2, right? And like I loved every single of the moment. The story, character development, Dante playing with his enemies, always being Dante. That's the greatest Dante hot take. Some people might agree, some people might disagree, but Dante from Devil May Cry 3 slays the entire Dantes from any other Devil May Cry games. I do like, oh, side note, I do like Dante from the enemy. He's a bit cooler, more goofier but cooler, right? And we got the best best one of the coolest boss fights in Dante versus Virgil, and he took out the best of his brother Virgil. The voice actors, the voice acting, it was big cinema. 10 out of 10, guys. 10 out of 10. So overall, the weapons were good. Yeah, some boss fights took me some time to win, but it's good. And we had Lady. The best Lady was for me, best version of Lady and Dante's Devil May Cry 3. Her best outfit was Devil May Cry 4, but I loved it so much. It was so good. The Jester fight was amazing as well. So, with that being said, that's personally my opinion about it. And as you're watching Devil May Cry 3, like as you're watching my video now, hopefully, you would see why it's one of the coolest ones out there, personally, in my opinion. And you can also see like the music battle, like everything gets you excited, right? Regardless of which difficulty you play, you would love that. For those who haven't played Devil May Cry, I would heavily suggest you to play the series if you want to try. It's better to experience all of them. But start with Devil May Cry 3, the best one, and in my opinion, in the story order, you should start with that one personally. So, guys, let me know in the comment what did you think about my video. What is your favorite Devil May Cry game? Who's your favorite character? Which Devil May Cry game you think is the worst and the best? And I would appreciate if you like, plus subscribe, plus share. I will be back more for more content at Devil May Cry. Also, I stream every day on Twitch. Have amazing people, amazing chat. Or we are locking. And if you're not hyped, join Ripcord Hype by actually joining www.twitch TV Ripcord Hype. I stream almost every day. So with that being said, guys, all seven soldiers, I will see you guys very soon. And well, I'm gonna have some pizza, Dante style. Yep, I'll be cosplaying as Dante very soon. Stay tuned.